us to ask about the cooperation, social responsibility about Singha company. So thank you, Mr. Dear and Mr. Smart. Thank you. So the first question will be, what's the main CSR activities Singha have each year?
Okay, the main corporate social responsibility of Singha is we will do it with the people, very human based, and also we also focus on the national disaster assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So since the major flood hit Bangkok in the 2016, we gather all our employees and also our partners who worked in different regions to come together and then go and help people who are the victims who are suffering from the flood. So from that time, we expand our networks differently in different kind of place and even different kind of institutions.
Mm-hmm.
What I would say is that we also partner with the university students who are also doing a lot of volunteers, and we also partner with the agents who work with us, and so they could help or send out donations right away when there's some emergency case happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second question would be, what's the feedback? Do you get any feedback from doing all these activities?
Well, it's like a double-edged sword, I would say, because CSR it has to do with a lot of good intentions, a lot of good deeds, and also people can have a different perspective on that. We both getting the negative and positive feedbacks from our societies. Speaking of negative, we will say that people will think that we are doing this because we want to look better. We want to look
for the reputation.
Yeah, for our reputation. We pursuing that mainly. But no, as a positive the feedbacks, we feel that people are into us. People like to be friends with us. People would like to be our partners who work together to live up the Thai living condition to have a better tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For the next, please explain briefly the planning process of CSR activity in your organization.
Okay, I would say for this case, I was speaking of the National Disaster Assistance. So at first we'll gather into a meeting room. We will gather all the news from different channels, both online and offline, and we will evaluate how the conditions are. So if it's severely or if it's critical, we will maybe we could contact our factories who are located in that area or the closest one to send the in-kind donation to help the victims in that area.
And what are the objectives of your company doing CSR each year?
We will say that as people are understanding that the big corporate, the big company are earning a lot of profit, but we want to reflect that thought or that perceptions that the big company like us would like to share our profit back to the societies in different ways.
Which are the target group covered in your CSR activity?
Okay, so I would say that these are very human oriented, so it's ranging from the small kids or young adults or even the elderly. So our initiative has to do with educations or sports or the National Disaster Assistance. That's the main course of the Singha works.
Okay. May I ask what kind of problems have you faced in the implementation of your CSR initiatives?
Okay. So the main reason that we have faced for our CSR initiative is that the first one will be because what we do here is that conventional. We're doing something differently, very hand-on experience. So there's a lot of things that we have to be concerned about. For example, like the problem at the operation fields. So there's a lot of our coordinating. There's a lot of our people with different backgrounds. So there's a lot of things that we need to change ourselves and also others to get along together and then complete that work or that missions. Okay. Secondly, the problem that we have faced is that the perceptions of Thai people, or even I would say educated people, that would perceive us as an alcohol or companies who try to tie in their products by doing the CSR initiative. So this is the most concrete track that we try to prove, and I think we have been doing very good, and each year is getting better and better, that people are not really looking at our core products, but also what have been done to the society so far. Yeah.
For how long have you been doing this CSR for the society?
I think it's since the beginning of the company, because the owner of the companies at that time, they were selling not beer but the woods. And as you can see, there's a river next to our company here. So the first initiative that he has done for the Thai society is that when there's any fire occurs, we will be the first one who send our firefighters to get rid of the fire.
You have your own firefighter.
Yeah, at that time, at that time, because our company are quite big and I would say rich at that time, so we have some assets that can do this kind of things to help the society. Yeah.
What do you get in return from providing CSR for society?
Okay, as the Thai national company, so we try to prove that this is the Thai company for Thai people. So anything that we can do, we will try to serve our best to Thai society. So there is no key indicator performance to evaluate or to indicate our performance or our efforts to the society, because we like to be good. We like to see the smile back from the people we have helped. We like to see Thailand getting better each year. So is that anything that we can do, we will love to do that. If you look at our CSR activities, it's not only the national disaster assistance, but we also been doing the other activities that help people connected together. For example, like we're doing the sports at the factories or the people nearby. So those people will not be distracted by the drugs or any bad things that are likely to occur, but their intentions can be bended into sport. So these kind of things that we have been doing for all these years. Yeah.
And do you think your CSR is effective for long-term strategy of the company?
So to answer these questions, I would say that it's not that effective, the terms that will properly describe our CSR initiative. But what we try to do is that we try to be sustainable. What do I mean by sustain is that right now what we can do is give helps, give assistance, anything that we can do, or even in financially budget or anything. So to help that society, to help that people in that communities to sustain themselves, to be able to sustain themselves, or even by educations that we have support, or even by the works that we have been provided. And there's some other things that we have been doing. So I would say that to be effective in terms of CSR, we will be our goal is to be sustainable for our CSR initiative. Yeah.
Can you make an example for the education service?
Okay, so the good example is that we have the School of Sufficiencies. It's the concept is that we will be giving the $1,000 to the school. So and we will be also giving the know-how how to earn the money from the $1,000 to even more, or to sustain yourself in that. So we give them ideas that you will have a land in your school, right? So you can build that into a playground or even a football field, but not. We suggest them that you build a chicken farm, that you build a salad, a vegetable, or even you can build the fish pond. So these three things it will create the income for the school. And the companies also back up this project by taking all the vegetable that they have grown and send these products to the restaurant in the province. So there's some buying and selling happen here. And then the school will get the income. The student no longer need to ask for their parents' money, so they can get lunch for free. They can even have these the financial sponsor for their education. So this is the initiative. One of our initiatives that we have been succeeds in doing this.
That's good. So you just don't not just give them the money, but teach them how to catch the fish.
Yes, exactly. That's a good term for that. Yeah.
And may I ask, do you have any specific budget that you invest on the CSR, or it depends? Each year?
Each year, it depends, because in each year we will have our different project, and some years can be special one. So I would say the weight of the budget can be vary each year.
Okay.
And are there any other CSR projects or engaged in carbon reduction, for example, about the environmental pollution reduction or anything to improve the environment?
I would say that it is I have some limitation on answering this because it's out of our work initiative.
Okay.
But what I've seen it's other department is doing. I would say the engineering department. They try to lower the carbon footprint by creating the recycle machine, where because we are selling the water and also have the plastic bottle, so people can go and recycle the bottle, and I think you will get some discount, or even I think maybe our money instead of you giving the bottle for recycle. Yeah. Yeah.
And could you share us one or two the most unforgettable or the most impression CSR projects that you have done?
Right. That's one of the greatest activities that we have done to the Thai societies is that we go and build the water pipeline at the Kitty village in Kanchanaburi. This village is very far from the urban area. How far is that?
5 กิโล
5 kilos?
5 กิโลแต่เป็น 5 กิโลจากบนเขามาถึงหมู่บ้าน
Okay. So we try to build a pipeline. So we have to go up to the peak of the mountain. And from the peak of the mountain to the village is 5 kilos. So we have to build that pipeline together from the peak into the village.
From the top of the mountain to the village.
So they can have a clean water to consume. Because in that area there's some
ตะกั่ว
what is that?
Like mud?
Yeah, like mine. Because there's some mine tunnels there, right? So the water is contaminated. Yeah. So this is the initiative that we like people there to have a clean water to consume. So that one, how many days that we went there? กี่วันนะที่เราไปตอนนั้น
7 วัน
Yeah, it's almost a week, right? Almost a week that we have been building that pipeline to the people who live there.
But for you to find out this, there's a problem with this village with no clean water. Is it you saw it on the news, or one of your branches reported?
Yeah. At that time, the news were very red, very hot. Every newspaper are publishing about the water contamination. So at that time, we see that this is the spot that we like to do, because people there, when you see the kids the infants who just born, it's so horrible. So we couldn't stand watching that. So that's why we go there straight away. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Okay. We're really impressive about what you've done to the Thai society, and thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to have this interview. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you.